I went to a billionaire high school. You would think it would have been the best time of my life, but it was actually the craziest time of my life. You'll never believe what happened. I was an ordinary kid living in an ordinary house. I never dreamt that I would have the chance to go to such an expensive school, but here's how I did it. But before I go on, stop right there. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If you have, congratulations! If you haven't, what are you doing? Quick, hit that subscribe button now! And while you're at it, tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more crazy stories. It all started when my teacher told me about this amazing billionaire high school. It costs millions of dollars a year in fees. Only the kids from the richest families were able to afford to go there. But this year the school was offering a scholarship to anyone who wanted to go there. All the cost would be covered by the scholarship. You should try to apply to the scholarship, Carla, said Mrs. Green, my teacher. She gave me the application forms, and that night I sat in my bedroom reading through them. It all seemed straightforward enough, and I began to fill out the forms. I was halfway through when my older sister Tina came into my room. Carla, have you got my blue shirt? She asked. No, I said. I'm never allowed to wear your clothes. Tina was about to leave when she noticed the papers in my hand. What's that you've got there? She asked. I didn't want to show her. She would probably think I was stupid to even think of applying. It's nothing, I said, but she grabbed the papers out of my hand and started reading them. Don't waste your time with this, Carla, she said. You wouldn't like it at a school like that. She threw the application forms into the bin and went out laughing to herself. I went over and got them out of the bin. I quickly filled out the rest of the form and hid the papers away. I'm not going to tell Tina I've applied, I thought. The next morning on my way to school, I dropped the letter into the post box. On the form, it had said that the winning candidate would get a letter by the first Monday in February. The next few weeks seemed to drag, but eventually it was the day the letter was due. I heard the letterbox rattle as the postman dropped the letters. I ran through from the kitchen, but Tina was already picking up the pile of letters. Anything for me? I asked casually. No, nothing, said Tina. I was disappointed, but I didn't let her see. Oh well, maybe the letter will come tomorrow, I thought. But the next day arrived, and still no letter. 3 weeks went by, and I heard nothing. I had given up hope of any letter arriving for me, and had resigned myself to the fact that I wouldn't be going to the billionaire high school. It was a Saturday afternoon, and Mom was doing the ironing as I came through to the kitchen. Do me a favor, Carla. Take these clothes up to your sister's room, please, said Mom. I took the pile of clothes and went upstairs. I put them on Tina's bed and was about to leave the room when I saw a letter sticking out of one of her drawers. I took it and saw that it had my name on the front. My hands were shaking, but I opened the letter and read it. Congratulations, Carla. You've been chosen to receive the scholarship to the billionaire high school, the letter said. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy and excited, but so angry at the same time. Why had Tina hidden the letter away? What if I had never found it? A few seconds later, Tina came into the room. When she saw I had the letter in my hand, her face fell. Why didn't you give me the letter? I asked. Are you trying to ruin my life? Well, too bad you didn't succeed because I got the scholarship. Tina explained that she had only hidden the letter because she didn't want me to leave. I will miss you so much, she cried. I couldn't stay angry with her once I found out the reason she had hidden the letter. I'll miss you too, I said, but I'll be home every holiday. Finally, the day came for me to leave for school. My bags were packed and I put them into the car that the school had sent for me. I hugged my mom and dad and waved goodbye. I was so excited to be going. See you in June, I called out as we drove off. When I got to the school, I was met by the headmaster. Come to our school, Carla, he said. I'm sure you'll soon settle in and make lots of friends. He showed me to my room and I unpacked my things. Every student had their own room at the school. I looked out at the window. I could see other students arriving at the school. They were all in big, posh cars driven by chauffeurs. The headmaster had told me to go down to the dining room at 1 o'clock. As I made my way downstairs, I saw 3 girls about my age standing in the hallway. Excuse me, I said to them. Do you know where I'm supposed to go for my lunch? They looked at me and laughed. If you are meaning where high tea is served, then it's over there, they said as they pointed to the room across the hall. Of course posh people call it high tea, I thought to myself. I felt so stupid. I could still hear them laughing as I made my way across to the dining room. That was the first mistake of many mistakes I made. I wasn't like the other kids at the school. They spoke differently to me. They were really snobby too, especially Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin. They were the meanest of everyone. They told everyone that I was only at the school because I had won the scholarship. They made sure that everyone knew that I came from a poor family, that my parents didn't even have a car, never mind a car with a chauffeur. The only time I felt happy was when I saw Luke. I had a secret crush on Luke. He was so handsome and funny, and when he saw me sitting alone, he would smile at me. Just seeing his smile made me feel so much happier. Luke was one of the popular boys. He was tall and good-looking. I wondered why he always wore big baggy jumpers and tops. I felt sure he had a great body under all those clothes. He should show it off, I thought. Luke never really spoke to me. He was always surrounded by pretty girls. I didn't stand a chance. One day, I was heading back to their dorm when Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin came over to me. "I'm going to my family's villa in Barbados this summer break," said Charlotte. "Where are you going?" "Probably her back garden," said Verity meanly. "That's if she even got a garden," said Tamsin, laughing. Everyone else heard what they had said and started laughing and pointing at me. I was just about to run off to my room when Luke came running over. "Leave her alone," he said to Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin. "Stop being so mean." I couldn't believe that Luke had stuck up for me. After that, we became good friends. Sometimes Luke and I would hang out together after school. The school had huge grounds, and we would go for a walk. I wished that Luke would hold my hand, but he had definitely put me in the friend zone. I tried to flirt with him, but he didn't seem to notice, and he didn't flirt back. I realized that Luke was only going to be my friend, and that was better than nothing. I tried to ignore the mean girls, and most of the time it worked. I hoped that they would get bored bullying me if I ignored them, but I was wrong. At first, I didn't notice all the photos on the school walls. It was only as I went into the common room that I realized the photos were all of me. Somehow, someone had gotten a hold of some photos of me outside my house and had blown them up and put them all over the school. Underneath, they had written in big red letters, "How the poor people live." I was so embarrassed. Everyone was laughing, but Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin were laughing loudest. I knew that they were behind this. Suddenly, Luke came running over to me. He looked so angry. He stood next to me and shouted to everyone, "You shouldn't care if someone is rich or poor. It doesn't matter what her family has. She earned her place at this school through hard work. Stop being mean to her." While everyone stared in shock, Luke pulled me by the arm and took me to his room. I was so happy that he had stuck up for me. He must really like me, I thought. Luke was sitting on the bed when I decided it was now or never. I went over and tried to kiss him, but instead of kissing me back, he just pushed me away from him. "What are you doing?" he said. "I don't want to kiss you." I had ruined everything. I ran from Luke's room crying. When I got to my room, I grabbed my suitcase and started packing all my things. I don't want to stay here anymore, I thought. I want to go home. I had nearly finished packing when Luke walked into my room. "What are you doing?" he asked. "I'm leaving," I replied. "Look," said Luke, "I have something to tell you. I'm not who you think I am." With that, Luke pulled off his wig and took off his baggy shirt. I couldn't believe my eyes. Standing in front of me was my big sister, Tina. "What are you doing here?" I cried. "I came to keep an eye on you," she said. "I had a feeling these spoiled rich kids would be horrible to you." I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. "Now that you know, we can get our revenge on them," she went on. Tina put the wig back on in her baggy shirt, and once again, she was Luke. "I have a plan," Luke said. I was too stunned to say anything because I realized I had almost just kissed my sister. But I soon calmed down and I listened to Luke's, or should I say Tina's, plan. The next day, we were sitting in the common room and I saw Tina go over to talk to Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin. "Hi, girls," she said in her fake guy voice. "Would you all like to come to a party at my house on Saturday?" What is Tina up to? I thought. The girls all said they would love to go, and Tina gave them the address. When I had a chance to get Tina on her own, I asked her what their plan was. She told me that she had invited the girls to a haunted house, and she was going to need my help to prank them. Saturday night came around, and Tina and I waited at the haunted house. The 3 girls arrived, and Tina took them into the lounge. She got them a drink and sat down with them chatting. "Oh, I better warn you," she said in that guy voice of hers. "This house is haunted. We have a ghost." I was hiding in the room next door. I began to make some spooky noises.
What's that noise?
Said Charlotte in a scared voice. The other girls looked at her petrified. That was my chance. I jumped through the door. I was dressed all in white, and they actually believed I was a ghost. They ran out of the house screaming. "Mom! Mom!" they shouted as they ran down the driveway. "I want my mom!" Tina and I sat laughing. "Did you get all that on video?" I asked. "I sure did," said Tina, laughing. "Now we just need to wait for the perfect time to show everyone." We didn't have to wait long. The following month was the end of the school term. To celebrate, the headmaster had told us that we could have a movie night. Luckily, Tina was on the committee organizing the evening. She volunteered to be in charge of setting up the video. The whole school gathered in the main hall and sat waiting for the movie to start. I sat at the back. I wanted to make sure I could see everyone's faces. The video began to play, but instead of the opening credits of the film, we saw Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin running out of the house crying like babies. The whole school started laughing, everyone except the three main girls.
"Oh, do you want your mommy?"
a boy said to Charlotte.
"Were you scared?"
asked another one. Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin walked towards me.
"We know you did this,"
they said.
"Why would you embarrass us like that?"
I was about to answer when Tina came striding over.
"It wasn't Carla, it was me,"
she said. As she said it, she took off her shirt and wig.
"Wait, are you a girl?"
asked Charlotte. "Yes," said Tina. "I am a girl, and what's more, I am Carla's big sister." Charlotte, Verity, and Tamsin all gasped. "And nobody gets away with being mean to Carla when I'm around," said Tina. Tina put her arm around me and we walked out of the hall. "I don't think you'll be getting any more trouble from those three," she said. And she was right. I didn't.